Hi there and welcome to my channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about FDC, a very interesting company in the pharma domain. So we'll discuss about that. So let's get started. First of all, disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. I'm not a member of the NSE and BSE, and that I am not a portfolio advisor official. And so any decision, financial decision that you take, kindly take on your discretion, and whatever I discuss here is purely on the basis of the last 11, 12 years that I have discussed, that I have spent in the market and have been a retail investor. So before I talk about FTC, here's a small request. Can you support me on Patreon? Once you do that, helping grow a channel, help you ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. You'll have access to my portfolio analysis on different companies, which sectors are doing well, which companies are doing well in the market, why they are doing well, etc. We'll discuss that. Discussions on domestic and global markets as well, and you'll have you can say answer to queries as well. Whatever queries you'll have, you can ask me one on one with me, so you'll get your queries answered. You can support me on Patreon, YouTube, or WhatsApp. You can be a member on YouTube as well. Now, to discuss about FDC, let me take you to the screen of website. So basically, FDC is in the pharma domain, and most of you might know, but for those who don't have an understanding of it, FDC makes Electrol. Electrol is the ORS, you can say, brand that sells big time here in India, and it has 72% market share, and that's where FDC works in. So that's a huge market share that FDC currently has, but that has gone down. So we'll discuss about that. That has gone down over the years, the market share per se. So as far as the company is concerned, if we look at it, FDC was established in 1936, is among India's leading fully integrated pharmaceutical companies. The company is a pioneer in the manufacturing of specialized, you can say, formulations, and among the world's foremost manufacturers and marketer of oral rehydration salts, so ORS, as I explained. Some of FDC's leading brands in India include Zifi, Electrol, Enerzel, you have Vitcofol, Pyrimon, Zocon, Zatrin, Zypod, Cateril, and Mycoderm in the domestic and international market. Basically, Electrol currently holds 72% market share and is doing extremely well, although it is, I think, 22-23% of, I think 7% of their total revenue. So in terms of revenue breakup, anti-infective, you can say, medicines contribute around 42% of their revenue, followed by gastrointestinal, which is 24%, vitamins and minerals, which is around 7%, and ophthalmology is around 6%. Vitamin minerals is where I guess this electrol falls into. Cardiac medicines around 7%. Dermatology, the skin related, is around 4%, and there are multiple other products which contribute around 11% of their total product. So basically, we need to concentrate on this anti-infective part, where they have 42% of their revenue coming in. The 7% of their revenue is coming in from their minerals product. Now, this is not a domestic company only. FDC is spread across 50 countries in Latin America, South America, US, some parts of Europe, and in East Asia, apart from India. And so USA is their major, you can say, export, with 52% of their sales export coming from there. Other countries include Denmark, UK, as I explained, Singapore, Nepal, New Zealand, Japan, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Ethiopia. So as I explained, Southeast Asia contributes big time, and then we have New Zealand, and they are trying to foray into Australia as well. So that's another market that they are looking to get into. Now, the company's brands Zifi and Electrol, as I explained, has a market share of around 24% and 72% respectively. So even Zifi currently holds 24% market share, which is big. in such a competitive market, to have higher double digit, you can say, market share is a huge thing. 72% is like a monopoly. But just to come back to this electoral thing, there are other brands that have come in. We have ORS liquids that have come in, which are similar to other fruit drinks, and so that have gone into, you can say, eating into the market share of FDC, because say a decade back they used to have around 92% market share, and now they have 72% market share. So that has gone down over the years. They have a major R&D facility in Kandivali, Mumbai, and is involved in research of formulations and synthesis. They have manufacturing facilities across India. So that's pretty good. So overall, the company is pretty stable, stable sort of business that it is doing. And with the pharma coming back into focus, I feel this firm can do well with the kind of brands that the company has. Although in terms of sales, it hasn't done much over the years. If you look at year on year performance, first of all, then they used to do around 1,000 crores here, 990,000 in March 16, and it went up to 1,300 crores. But the margins from 24% dipped further. So in 22 and 23, the margins dipped sharply from around 24% in 2014. If you see here, 17%, it went to 17% and even 14%. That's why the stock dipped enormously from the top, around 40-50%. But now I think things are coming back into shape. If you look at the June quarter numbers, they were pretty encouraging. 540 crores of sales versus 495 crores. So there it was an increase of 10% in terms of sales. So sales growth wasn't that big. But you look at the margins from 16%, which was 78 crores, and the margins swelled to 23%. So it's coming back to their earlier levels, and that was pretty good. Eventually, the profit was around 110 crores versus around 71 crores last time around. So a huge jump in. So if this trend continues, I think the stock is looking very attractive at these levels of around 380. Fairly attractive from a 2 year perspective. I don't want to, but overall, I believe that the company should end up doing, on a long term basis, should end up doing pretty well. That's my analysis in terms of the numbers per se. Uh, so if you look at the balance sheet also, the company is debt free, 28 crores of debt altogether. In terms of shareholding pattern, we have 70% with the promoters. FIIs have decreased their holding. Now this is a negative, that they have decreased their holding by around 1.5% or so. But overall, DIIs have increased by more than a percent, or nearly a percent, from around 8.2 to 9.1%. Overall, there is decent investment of FIIs and DIIs in the stock, and there's strong promoter holding. So considering that the company is around 6,000 kind of holding that FIIs, DIIs have, it gives a lot of confidence. So that's my analysis on FDC. Do your own analysis and then take a call on the stock, whether you want to. Do write in the comment box what you feel about this company and the results that have come up, because the June quarter numbers were pretty good. Now, just to give you an idea of the technicals as well, FDC is around 378 currently. It had a high of 428, which it made recently after the June quarter numbers. Has corrected from there, so around 10%. But in terms of technical, just basic simple technicals I want to tell with respect to its, you can moving average part. So basically it is trading around 380 now. In terms of exponential moving average, that's what I take normally. 379, 380 is its 20 DMA, which is it is just below that. So next level to look out for is 360, between 355 and 360. So anything above 360, it looks good technically as well, decent. Below 360, it will become weak. So that's my call. So A correct zone would be closer to 370, 375 to buy into, which is the current levels. But again, thing is that here what happens is that the numbers keep on fluctuating, so you have to be patient with the company with respect to what they are doing in terms of, you can say, stock performance, and keep your stop losses in place. Do not take heavy losses in any stock, whatever stock you buy into, because if the market turns around, then everything will fall, and then people will lose money. So eventually, what I feel is that 360 is a strong support here on FDC. So this is a video on FTC. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.